Abuja branch. This is going to be an exciting live training, and we are going to be delving right into one of the most sought after questions people are looking out for, especially when it comes to real estate. So if you are going to watch this live, if you jump on the live, do well to let us know in the comment section where you are watching from. Or if you're going to watch this replay, do not forget to also let us know where you're watching from. If you have any questions starting from the training, do not also forget to let us know. This is our first live training for the year, and we are delighted to bring value your way. As you can see right behind me, the topic we are going to be talking about is how to set your 2026 property goal. This is great. I literally did a lot of research regarding this topic, and I found out a lot of pain points regarding people investing in real estate. And I'm going to talk about it, bring the solutions, and also help you stay focused, stay planned, and eventually start building your real estate network and net worth also. All right. A quick story to explain this is that recently we also heard a story of a young man who he always believes in real estate investments. He buys properties, he sells them, he goes to another location, buys more, sells them off like that. In fact, the one in Nigeria is now not enough for him. He moved over to Dubai to go and start buying properties again. See, there is something that happens when you have knowledge regarding real estate investment. So a lot of times people, the adults in your life, if they love real estate investment, definitely you are going to love real estate investment. But if you've never had someone ahead of you buy properties, showcase properties to you, it will take so much energy for you to start doing that. So this also is a brief introduction of what we are going to be diving right into today. Okay, so we are Browdy Global Abuja, and we are real estate professionals. This live training is brought to you by Abuja branch, and we are helping first-timers and investors to buy properties safe in Abuja. And we are also going to make it so real for you so that it can be so clear. So who am I? My name is Esther Jeff Anoze, and I'm a CFO of Browdy Global, and most especially a professional realtor, someone who will help you also buy that safe property right here in Abuja. So let's also move forward. So what we are looking at basically is why property? Why does it really matter? Does it really matter? So we're going to know more about that. Then how you can assess your starting point, how you can start based on wherever you are and whatever level you are in. The next one is how to set SMART goals. A lot of the times people talk about SMART goals and yes, specific, measurable. So now we're going to imply it into this topic and see how it will help you kickstart your real estate this year. Then the last one is how to plan towards 2026. We're already in 2026, right? How is the year coming up for you? How are you moving? What's your plan? What's your goal generally about life? So all this will also showcase at the end of the year what you will get out of it. So why property goals matter? So why you need a property goal? Property requires intention. So I'm going to do a little bit on this. Sometimes we don't know the value or what real estate investment entails. So you get to see people tell you, oh, there's this property. In fact, this afternoon, someone reached out to me to tell me, oh, there's this property we have in Enugu, and the owner needs an urgent fund, and the property is worth over 40 million. But because of the urgency and he needs to sell it off, he's willing to go for 25 million naira. This is what he bought for 10 million naira. And this is how people buy property. Sometimes you have this money lying down somewhere. You can just put it in property, okay? Eventually, you can save it and put it in something else, just like that. So for you to buy property means you have intention. If you don't have intentions, a lot of opportunities will pass by you. So now that you've gotten the intentions, you need the goals on how to achieve them. So the goals will give you direction and focus. You tell yourself that, oh, by the end of first quarter, I'm going to buy this. By the end of the year, I should have this. That's a goal. That's a target. And also, now you plan towards it. Because if you don't plan towards that money, something else will take the money off you. That is how life is. meant to be, like it's planned to. So if you don't have a goal or plan regarding a property or or the kind of money you have, something else will come and take it off you. So this clarity also will give you confidence. So here are the common mistakes people make when it comes to real estate investment. So if you're watching us live, don't forget to let us know in the comment section. All right, we would like to hear from you and know where you are watching from. Then if you are also going to watch this replay, we would like to know more. Okay, so here are common mistakes that a lot of people make when it comes to real estate investment. Like I said earlier on, property, for you to buy property effortlessly means that you are intentional about it and you are aware of it. So many people never buy property because they are waiting for perfect time. So you get to hear someone say, oh, I don't have the 20 million, I don't have the 5 million. Meanwhile, if you come closer or you pay attention to a lot of the trainings we talk about, who educate and teach you how you can use payment plan to buy that property. Another example is that one of our friends, close friends, had an opportunity of buying from a particular location in Abuja when it was literally bush. Okay, and he said, what was here is going to take time for it to develop. And one major development opened up the location. Just a bridge opened up the location massively. So anytime the guy comes to that location, he always says something like, he remembered when we are begging him to buy from this location. All right. So now he's not repeating that mistake because there's another location that came to the market and we also told him about it. He now said that what happened to him in this location will not happen to him again, especially because he's in Abuja. So don't wait for perfect timing. There are payment plans for you to take advantage of. So another mistake is when you don't have a clear budget. So you get to see people, oh, I want in a developed location, but your budget is for a land banking or you're just starting out. So investment, land opportunity. So, but when someone explains these things to you, you'll be aware. You understand that whatever money you have, whatever price you have, you can buy something genuine for yourself. Okay. So the next mistake people make is buying without purpose. In as much as those ones can actually, it can still turn to your favor. What do I mean by that? So someone can have maybe money somewhere and maybe an opportunity comes up, the person just buys and leaves it. So what I would advise at such situations is ensure you properly make sure that you register it and keep it. Land always appreciates. It doesn't get to a point where you feel like the money I bought, the land I bought today is not going to be valuable to you tomorrow. Like it doesn't happen. Real estate is super sweet and strategic if you understand it. And that is what we are trying to explain to you today. Another final mistake people make is when you don't have yearly reviews and check. Recently, I bumped into a young girl doing so well when it comes to stock and all that. So it now made me to also start reading on stock because stocks are also major forms of investment. In as much as people say that real estate investment is high risk, which I believe. So you get to see properties from maybe 1.5, 2 million, in Abuja here, 50 million, 75 million, like that. All right. But when it comes to stock, you can start little and grow your portfolio. So when you get to the end of the year, for example, the 2025 just ended, when you check your life, what progress did you make? These kind of questions will help you gain clarity for the new year. All right. Did you literally spend your money on clothes, food, and shelter? This year, you tell yourself you have to do better because sometimes when you now go through your bank account, you realize that you've spent more. Well, where is the money? All right. There's this book. Where has all my money gone to literally? So when you sit down and start asking yourself these questions, it will help you start knowing how better to live because life makes sense when you keep on growing. Like you didn't do well here, you improve, plan towards becoming better in that area. Okay, so when you have clear goals regarding anything good thing, look at what happens. You make better money decisions. So you understand that this is not priority, this is priority. This is where my money is going to this season, this period, and you insist it goes there. The next one is the benefit of having clear goals is that you buy the right property choices for you. So sometimes when you see land banking properties, when I say land banking properties, especially in Abuja, I can bet you those land banking that are quite affordable. For example, we have properties selling for 5.8 million naira, and you have a great payment plan for like 6 months. So you can start with 30% initial deposit and spread balance. That is a typical example of a land banking property. Okay, so it's like anybody can afford this. In Abuja, people are living around it. It is accessible. Do you understand? So it's a land banking project, but it is still accessible. Unlike where I'm coming from, where land banking is literal bush, literal bush. But in Abuja, the case is different. So make right property choices. The next one is the benefit of you having clear goals is that you reduce regrets in life. Sometimes when people don't plan properly and they don't have clear goals, maybe the regrets may not be loud, but it will always be there. One of the men that as a young girl, I didn't really meet him. It was my dad's even older brother or older friend. So he had properties bought in his children's name. Like he had 5 sons. He had properties bought for each and every one of them. So literally now, all of them are staying in their properties. Do you understand? So if you don't make these plans right now, okay, people are coming after you. So there are some things you do now, people after you will literally always be glad that you were. Maybe their father or their grandfather or their grandmother, they were like, oh, grandpa did this for us. God bless you, grandpa. Do you understand? Have you ever envisioned that? That is what planning does for you, and also you stay away from regret. The next one is you have confidence. All right, like I said when I started, if you are not aware or you don't have adults in your life who has invested in real estate, it will be very difficult for you to invest in real estate. You have to do the work for yourself. Literally, you have to learn, study, convince yourself to start. So, but if you've had adults in your life invest in real estate, you will definitely invest in real estate. So you act, even when you have naysayers around you, you still go ahead and buy the right properties. And the last one is when you have clear goals, you will always have measurable progress in your life. All right. The essence of growth most of the time is that you move from point A to B. I didn't used to know about this. Now I know about this, and I'm using this knowledge to apply in my life, and I'm seeing results. Okay. So if you're also joining us live and you are watching us, this live training is we are talking about how to set and get your property goals right in the year 2026, and we are sharing this knowledge to help you get your property goals started, so that by the end of the year 2026 you can look back literally and be like, whoa, I didn't know I was going to do this, and I eventually did. Right? So look at how to start depending on where you are watching from. I also believe so much that most of the times people who watch our trainings are Nigerians based in diaspora. In fact, I got a call from a prospect who reached out to me this afternoon. So when he called me, he saw my video, he called and was saying a lot of things. I just told him, sir, please, I would like to know what you're looking out to invest in. For example, are you looking out to invest in land or building, all right, or apartment? So I needed to be sure what he's looking out for. And then the man opened up and said, oh, that he's above his 50 years and he's just looking out to get property investments for his children. So he's not sure he's going to be in Abuja or live in Abuja again, but he just wants to have properties for his kids. So that's how our conversation started. Do you understand that sometimes when you know what you want, it's easier to look for it and find it. It's very much easier. So you get to see people who understand real estate. They always buy. They buy properties. And you keep wondering and asking yourself, why? Why? Because there's something there, right? He even mentioned to me that he had just sealed his apartment in Lagos. So, but he's looking to invest in Abuja, right? It was so sweet to hear. So it means that wherever you are, there's an opportunity for you. Whether you have 50 million, whether you have 5 million, there is a massive opportunity for you. So the current income, so you ask yourself, what am I earning now? If I look at my financial status, what is it that I can be able to afford? So even when you say, oh, I can afford 5.8 million naira, you still have to take advantage of a payment plan. All right, there's a payment plan that can make it less stressful for you. Then what is your savings capacity? Sometimes people don't know that money moves where value is. If there's a project that you are doing, sometimes you don't even know how the money comes, and eventually you finish the project. It happened to us when my father started building his property in Enugu. He said, oh, so the surveyor came and told him, oh, sir, based on the budget, this should take you roughly, maybe, for example, I can't remember the figures now, 2,000 naira. He now said, oh, that's quite cheap. Let's start. That's how he now dug the foundation, started the process. All of a sudden, he now realized that as he was going through his receipts, he realized that he has spent more than 2,000 naira. Maybe he has spent close to 10,000. He's now wondering, how? All right, he now felt that the man cheated him or pushed him, cajoled him to building this. But at the end of the day, he was happy doing what he did. All right, real estate is so important in our journeys of life. So you have to plan towards owning something regarding real estate. So if you've understood your savings capacity, you also understand your commitment. Do you have a lot of people depending on you or some things? All right, put it in percentages. For example, if I'm getting 50,000 naira every month, this percentage to go to this percentage to go to this. Then this percentage should go to investments. Is that clear? That is how to make it work. All right, then your monthly discipline. When you start, it will feel difficult. Yes, it will always feel difficult, but ensure that you continue. You will be so proud of yourself. The next one is for you to also overcome and achieve all this before the year 2026 finishes. You have to be consistent in some habits. Like I said, understanding money is a different ball game when it comes to real estate. You have to understand that sometimes when you decide to do something worthwhile, it feels like challenges of life will come upon you. You will now start, what happened? Do you understand? So discipline will also help you stay on track. Then plan. You have to be someone who plans, right? For example, sometimes you can set aside, oh, I want to do this, and this, all right? And something comes in between and, in quotes, wants to scatter the plan. Ensure that you, even if you have to try and maybe bend a little, but remember you always have a plan that you have to go back to. All right. Then the next thing I'm going to talk about is long-term mindset. Long-term mindset is what every one of us should have. Okay. Long-term mindset means that, yes, I am here, but what happens to me 5 years from now? Okay. What happens to me 10 years from now? Do you want to also possibly be paying house rent? Do you want also to be struggling through life? So when you have that idea in your head, it will help you make some decisions that may, in quotes, feel stressful now, but eventually it will make sense in the future. All right. So I would like to know that we are following effortlessly, and that can help me also move further fast. Then the last one is clarity. All right. What happens to you is that if you are clear on what you are doing, it is easier. You always know that I have to get back to what I'm set to do. All right. If you are finding value in this video, do not forget to let us know in the comment section and let us know where you are watching from. Okay. So now let's talk about the SMART goals. Like I mentioned earlier on, most of us have heard about the SMART goals, setting SMART goals. So it can be in your personal life, it can be in your finances, it can be anything. But now we're talking about setting SMART goals in real estate for you to be able to buy property or own different properties by the year on or before the year 2026 finishes. Okay, so the next thing is, what is SMART goal? It has to be specific. So what does specific mean? For example, I want to own a property that can help me start earning rental income. That's a goal, right? Good. So now you've said this, it's still vague. It's still vague. So you tell yourself, I want to own a 2-bedroom apartment in this location that can help me start earning rental income. That is how you set clear goals. All right. So because we're in Abuja, we're going to use Abuja as an example. So when you narrow it down further, it helps you know what you're looking for and go ahead to get it. So measurable, you also track the money I have now, would it help me get it? For example, if you make 1 million naira a month, would it help me sustain it? Can I be able to have this by the end of 6 months? Right? Then achievable. Based on the money I have and based on the specific goal I've set, can it be achieved? Would other challenges come up and pick up the money and I can't account for it again? Then is it relevant? Right? Sometimes what you need is, you know that you've outgrown this level. The level you should be talking about is owning blocks of flats. All right? You are able, you have the resources, you have everything, so you move it. So what is relevant to you is maybe rental income. What can be relevant to someone else is his own home, where his kids can own their own space. All right? If you have that thought, all your thoughts are valid. Like I said, the goal is that you own your own property on or before the year 2026. Some people can start now to start planning for their own houses so that your kids will get to have their own rooms, get to play when they want to, get to own, like, even when they grow up, they travel out, they still come back knowing that this is our home. Everybody is coming back home. All right? These are different goals of different people. So your goal should be relevant to you. When it's relevant, you can literally feel it. And when you can feel it literally, it can now help you achieve it. So the time bound is absolutely necessary. So time bound means, when are you looking at to own this? Funnily, you can start this process this year and finish it next year. Sometimes you can have as much as 12 months plan. Right? We have this amazing property right in the heart of Uye called Signature Residence. This property is like literally in town. And we have like 3-bedroom apartment option. We have 5-bedroom terraces. We have also 6-bedroom semi-detached duplex plus a BQ. 5-bedroom semi-detached duplex plus a BQ. Then, and all that. So you can say this location is beautiful, is strategic. I can look out to build my own house here. So rather than wait till, wait for how long, you can start the process. There are payment plans you can take, just that it gives you a little bit of interest. But the process is easy. Like, you get to start it. Because at the end of the day, December 2026 will still come. But the question is that when it comes, what would you look back and be like, oh, I did this in the year 2026. I was able to do this. I was able to push myself to achieve this. That's all that matters when we talk about this. So set time frame to this. Tell yourself, okay, by June I should do this. By February I should do this, and all that. And also someone should be held accountable towards that. So let me give you also clear examples or land examples. We have land for investment, like I mentioned earlier on. We also have the location is necessary. So choose your location. Do you want investment location? Do you want already developed location? Also bearing in mind that sometimes when you buy from already developed location, it's quite high in price. Okay, but if you get from locations that are strategic, there are a lot of things making that location to grow, to become developed. You can invest there early, right? It will be quite affordable for you. You can invest in it and then allow the money grow, knowing that as the location is growing, your money is growing. Then have clear budgets, okay? Then the budgets will help you plan. If, for example, you have 5 million naira as a budget, why am I even always using 5 million? For example, you have a budget of like 50 million naira and you're looking for a location. Of course, sometimes you can find it right in the heart of town. It's easy for you to look and find something you're looking for like that. So also don't forget to use payment plan, like what I wrote, structured payment. Then target date is by the end of 2026. So how many of us in watching this video or watch this video would say, oh, I can have maybe one property, all right? Sometimes, like I said, land for investment is those kind of properties you buy and leave. Like, you don't do anything to it, buy it, you leave it. Nobody is pushing you or cajoling you to come and put fence or come and nobody. All right, we have various options like that. So you can target that by the end of 2026, I should have one land investment for myself or for my family or for my future self. So if you're that kind of person, don't forget to let us know in the comment section. And by the end of this video, we'll be leaving a number that you can directly call and talk to us directly and immediately. And another example is, I want to own a home by the year 2026. Sometimes people don't understand the power of owning a home. You get to Abuja and you see a lot of people who live in their houses. And when you ask them question, how were you able to do this? They will tell you that, we either bought it off plan. Here was literally bush, but we knew that this location would be developed in no distant time, and they bought it. Imagine people who bought properties in Maitama when it was literally bush. They may not have seen that this location will become viable or a location that will grow in price or in value. But they just went ahead and did it, and boom, they are literally living in the heart of town. So owning a home is easy, especially when you want to own a home, right? So look for locations that are coming up. We have options, 1 bedroom, we have duplexes, whether terraces, fully detached or semi-detached, or bungalows, as the case may be. Let us know. All right, so we can start from there. Then you look for a suitable location that maybe can resonate with your caliber of person. Okay, then start with that. Then you, of course, plan your funding. For example, what price does this location go for? So if I'm buying from Gusape now, what are the prices that I can see in Gusape? All right. If I'm buying in Gaduwa, what are the price ranges? If I'm buying from along Airport Road, what are the prices? So when you have that, it will help you also properly plan how to invest or owning your own house. And always remember to have a clear timeline. Clear timeline helps you to achieve something. If you don't have clear timeline to things, time moves so fast, and you eventually do not do any. All right, let me run. I already spent so many time. So the next thing we are going to be talking about is, we have different property types, which I'm going to be explaining to us right now. So we have land, all right, for future value. That is what I explained earlier on for as investment. We also have home. So sometimes people go for the home because of their lifestyle and for security. They also look out for the investment. Most times, investments also can come as off plan or as land, then for income and for growth. So you can use investment to make money. For example, is people who buy a lot of properties and eventually, when maybe it has appreciated in value, they sell and make money for themselves. So I don't know if you've seen some people resell from their property. That is a way of making money. Okay, then of course you definitely grow. So the best property is the one that fits what you are looking for. All right, so look at the action plans we are going to be using here. So you have to choose your property type. That's the first thing. Choose your property type, set a realistic budget, then create a savings or an investment plan. Then eventually identify a trusted guidance. This part is where a lot of people get stuck, right? Because sometimes most of the time they see maybe your friends, your colleagues, somebody mentions, there's this person that sells property. But most of the time, the challenge is on people, on Nigerians based in diaspora. They may not know someone into real estate and all that. So what we basically do is we put our properties out there with our phone numbers, and sometimes they reach out to people and eventually maybe trust, then eventually buy. Okay, so if you're looking to invest in Abuja in the year 2026, we are your trusted guide to helping you make that come to limelight. Okay, then the next thing you have to also do is saving intentionally, right, towards this project helps you drastically. Then separate property funds. Like I always say, sometimes when you check what you've spent your money on, is rallying around food, clothing, and shelter. All right, so be consistent. The aim is that you start the process. It definitely would grow. Then the next one is always use payment plan. Payment plan is something that I so much love. I so much love payment plan. It makes it that it is easy for you to invest in property. You don't even know you are spending. You don't even know you are buying that property. For example, you can go for 8 months payment plan. You are not under stress. But just know that at the end of 2026, I have this property. It's so easy. So it's for people who think that you must have all the money all up together before you start buying that property. That's not true. You have opportunities of using payment plan. So in the year 2026, please seek for payment plan. It will help you achieve this goal. All right. Then now we are also, as we also do this, remember, is a holistic training or a holistic training. We also ensure that you verify the documents, please. A lot of demolition happen in Abuja, and we don't want you to lose your hard-earned money. As much as we say invest, but please invest right. Verify the documentation or the documents that the property comes with. Choose good locations or great location. And I will say that when it comes to Abuja real estate, no place is worse, because Abuja system focuses on moving people. Everybody shouldn't be in one place. So that means that development is coming in each phases, in different locations at the same time. All right. So you don't have to hope that, oh, I have to stay in Maitama. There are other opportunities for you. So you can go to those locations, right? Choose great locations. Locations that maybe government presence is around there, or school, market, something that may most likely drive development to that location. Then avoid rush decisions. Sometimes I have bought things that maybe I reached out to somebody and eventually I kept quiet. Then eventually when I needed it, I'll get back, then eventually make the payment. When it comes to real estate, the money you put there is massive. So it's something that, one, trust. Most likely you've never seen this person before, and you're going to commit like millions of naira to this person. So that is also valid, but most especially, please don't allow someone cajole you. Oh, the plots are finishing. Oh, you have to pay today. No, at your own pace. But also, to balance what I just said, make sure that you don't also waste so much time that you now eventually miss investing at all. Because most times our body or our senses want us to be comfortable, remain at our comfort zone. We don't like stress. All right. So when your body feels like this thing is going to stress you, you want to shut down on it. So the balance is that don't allow yourself to be stressed, all right, or forced into doing what you don't want to do. But most importantly, now that you've decided to do this, do it regardless. Clear? So work with trusted professionals. And that is where also Browdy Global comes into play. Again, like I said, you can always reach us for any of your real estate needs. We have the phone number that I'll be showcasing towards the tail end of this training. And most especially, we'll also have it in the comment section. So always reach us on the number and we'll help you get started at whatever point you are. So we are almost coming to the end of this live training. And we also want to know if we have questions. All right, let us also know in the comment sections if we have any form of question I would like to take. So here are the key takeaways, especially if you've watched this video to this very point. Here are the key takeaways. Clarity always beats speed. All right, being clear helps you know what you want. You know that this is what I'm looking out to achieve. I go for it. All right. Some people just look out for, like I said, some people just want to buy properties for their children, wants to ensure that their kids are comfortable. They have a form of fallback or investment plan. All right. It doesn't mean that, what's the word? It doesn't mean that they are not going to also be people in there. No, it doesn't mean that. It just means that it's a way for them to also balance out in life. All right. Something happened recently. A couple was getting married, and the parents of the lady gave the couple twin duplex as a wedding gift. All right, told them to live in one and rent one, so that people can pay them rental income. And it trended for a while because people were saying now people are changing the narrative on wedding gifts. Unlike some people that believe so much in giving material things, I'm not saying those things are not good, but imagine you give your child a platform to scale. Like they don't have to stress so much to balance out in life. All right. The goal of parents or for people, investors who buy properties is that they give the next person leverage. You don't have to start from scratch again. Some people literally started from scratch to grow. Others had platform. If you had platform while growing up, it's bad for you. So ensure that we also have clarity. Just be clear. Then now that you are clear, add strategy to it. All right. By the end of 2026, I should have so and so. All right. And I want this for this. Okay. Then the next one, now that you've strategized on it, you plan towards it. Remember that as you set out to achieve something worthwhile, a lot of life challenges will come at you. But your goal or your aim should be stronger always to help you achieve it. Then consistency wins. Most of the people who have started real estate investment, what happens to them is that when they start, they never stop. So those kind of people, they buy properties. That's why I said that a man bought properties for his 5 kids. Because those kind of people, they've understood the power of investment. They are aware, they are knowledgeable, they understand real estate investment. So if you've bought one, you will definitely want to buy another one. I've seen it happens. All right. A friend of mine bought one property, and before you know it, he now asked me for a higher one. And he started paying for it. There's this understanding that comes to you when you start this. So this year, 2026, it wouldn't come to an end if you don't start it and, of course, repeat the process always. Okay? So consistency always wins. All right? Then the next thing you have to do is you have to do this major task. Write your 2026 property goal. What's your property goal? Are you thinking about it now? Or you want a minute to think about it? Do you even have a property goal? Do you even see yourself buying property today? And if you've bought before, are you going to repeat the process in the year 2026? Are you going to buy more? Are you going to invest more? Okay, so write it out. And the next one is start intentional savings towards it. So even if you don't have the money all up together, you can start saving towards the process. The next one is always review the progress. As you are making one step, moving from one step to another, review it regularly to ensure that you are moving. So the next number you're seeing there is the phone number I mentioned that we'll be showcasing here. So if you've watched this video to this very point and you want to start, you don't know how to start, you need clarity. All right, we have various properties right here in Abuja. We have in different locations, close to 10 locations, and we have different price budgets. Okay, if you go around our channel now, you see so many properties, right? Just that, understand that sometimes the prices have increased. Okay, just have that at the back of your mind when you are watching those videos, right? But we'll have so many, so you can check and know that, oh, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. All right, then just hurriedly call us on the numbers shown on your screen right now. 090-362-01383. All right, and we'll get it started. You can also reach us on WhatsApp and we'll answer every question you need. This year, 2026, is a year that you must build your property goal. All right, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Follow us for more property insights, genuine property insights in Abuja. All right, and where we showcase you also how Abuja real estate works, and you always should reach us on for any form of guidance, questions regarding real estate, where our doors are wide open to hear you and also attend to you. But before I end this video, I would like to know that you found value. So if you watch to this very point, I would like to hear from you, definitely. Let me know what you can start doing differently from this point. All right, just let us know in the comment section, what can you do differently? What can you do differently? Remember that this also translates to every other areas of our life. If you are not intentional about investing in real estate before the year 2026 runs out, the year will also come and end and nothing will come out of it. But imagine maybe there's one property that you add to your name. over a period of time, you realize that you've built so many property portfolios for yourself. All right. We are glad to have you watch up to this point. And if you have further questions, let us know or ask us in the comment section. If not, thank you for watching. We are glad to have you. From all of us as Browdy Global Abuja, right? See you in our next live training, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more amazing contents like this. Bye.